What about the guys getting rid of their cell phones the day before? They obviously got tipped off, you know, that they're going to have to turn their cell phones over or preserve them. This just doesn't ring true to a layperson. I would think a juror's going to really have a problem with that. And if you think, okay, I think maybe she hit him, but I'm not quite sure, and I'm not quite sure what those. That's reasonable doubt, isn't it? I mean, the question people come, you can't go anywhere without someone saying, hey, let's talk about Karen Reed. But the problem is everyone's got a different theory. I know what happened. I bet this happened. I bet this happened. Isn't that reasonable doubt, the fact that none of us know what happened?
It was explainable that he got rid of his phone because, as we saw from the testimony, his phone was compromised by another, not informant, by another suspect calling him. And so it is protocol for the police to get rid of their phones. He didn't get rid of it right away, but he replaced his phone within 2 months after any other detective would have disposed of their phone and changed it out, because their lives are different than our lives, right? So if they get a call from a suspect, they have to get rid of they have to swap it out. So there was an explanation. If you come into this case, okay, and if
it was just Higgins, all right, I'm with you. Multiple people get rid of their phones, same day-ish.
Yeah. I mean, he was also embarrassed. The testimony came out. He had something to hide. He was having flirtatious text messages with her while she was dating a fellow police officer. You know, that evidence is somewhat compelling, but at the end of the day, the defense have to, because she was at the scene of the crime, right? So she was there. There was a snowstorm. She was fighting with him. She was drunk. She's being charged with vehicular manslaughter. So she's there. So the defense are going to have to say that the jury has to believe that, no, he came into the party, he was murdered, and then he was disposed outside, and then they all threw away their cell phones.
Jurors don't need to believe that, though, do they? Do jurors need to believe that scenario to find her not guilty? Legally,
I think they do because she's admitting that she was at the scene of the crime, but that she didn't run him over, that he went inside the house, right? So the jurors have to believe that either he went inside the party and there was something very sinister and nefarious that was conspired by a bunch of police officers, or it didn't, in which case nobody else could have ran him over.
So can the defense at the end of the day get up at closing with a straight face and say, listen, all right, we've got this theory about the dog bite that brought it,